Welcome back, fam. What's going on? Come on in. This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. I hope you've been enjoying yourself so far. Really invest some time learning more about who you are and why you're here on the planet this time, and what can you do to get in great alignment with yourself and the universe within you, right? So you can really have more balance in your life. That way, once you can help yourself, you can really help other people, okay? You got to help yourself first, okay? Remember that. So it's all about, and I know for a fact you guys being the cause in your life, being very intentional, being the cause in your life instead of waiting for the effect to happen. You've been creating your own luck, okay? And you also been using these 7 hermetic principles, these universal laws, principles, right? Because if Earth is a school, you in class each and every day. As soon as you open your eyes until you close your eyes, you in class, okay? And so, and each and every person on the planet has a purpose and a mission to fulfill. And that's why I've been really, stressing and emphasizing that, each person, good or bad, each person has a purpose and a mission to fulfill. And it's up to them. Either they stay in the same grade, or they go ahead and work on thyself and know thyself and level up and get up out of here, right? So, what am I saying? Many of you guys been receiving your call to adventure. I know that many of you guys are new to the channel. You receive your spiritual awakening. You know, like, hey, I'm different. I'm not like everybody else. I have a purpose and a mission. And things don't really add up, and you realize, like, hey, we all been lied to. Yeah, welcome to the club, okay? So you got that call to adventure just like everybody else, and it's time to rise and shine and to start on your hero's journey. You've been receiving that supernatural aid from the universe, your ancestors, right? Universe, they've been lining up all kind of different synchronicity event, the right people, places, an event to support your growth and your intent. Because remember, the universe is going to mirror your intent. So what are you intending to do with your life? Are you going to do better, or are you going to stay the same? All right. So just like the caterpillar, it's time to transform and grow through your own metamorphosis, right? Your own, transformation and atonement process, okay? So I'm here to give you a quick tune up so you can tune into your own self, your own intuition, your own inner guide, your own energy. I hope that makes sense so far. And, I'm one of the many beacons of light that I'm sharing my ups and downs, my experience, and then I'm giving you some additional tools and references to put in your toolbox, because, when you really, sharing information, it's a great, way and a great practice to lead people with a reference, okay? So they can do their own research and enlighten themselves, okay? Instead of just going off of blind faith and not really knowing what's really going on, okay? So with that being said, guys, we are back continuing our presentation series with name numerology, right? And what your initials mean, and today we're covering the letter P through R. And as always, you got to remember, numbers are the highest degree of knowledge. It is knowledge itself. I repeat, knowledge are the highest degree of knowledge. It is knowledge itself. One more time for the people that just started or came into the channel, right? Welcome aboard. Numbers are the highest degree of knowledge. It is knowledge itself. And what the initials of your first name and just your whole name, period, means in numerology to you, okay? So you got surface level, and then you got that spiritual aspect with everything, and then you also have a level like, what does it mean to you? What is your understanding of a situation and of your life, okay? So as above in your mind, so below in your heart, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul, right? We all still have that truth with us, but it's not found in books to any given extent, right? Because our parents, or the institution would have gave us and equipped us with the knowledge that we needed to level up, but no. All right, but it has been passed along from lips to ear like we're doing right now. When it was written down, at all its meanings are veiled in terms of alchemy and astrology. So these are the two things you really need to study, okay? So that only those possessing the keys could read it, all right? This is from the three initiatives of Kabbalah, so I highly encourage each and every one of you to invest in that book, all right, and learn those 7 hermetic principles. So if you're not getting results in your life, that's because you're not being very intentional with your personal growth and knowledge of self, all right? Learn those 7 hermetic principles, study your anatomy, biology, and get those books that I include with any presentation that I present to you guys, okay? And check the description area. A lot of gems are in the description, okay? Because these presentations could easily go over 3 hours, but I limit myself to 15 to 20 minutes, and sometimes the spirit just take me overboard because I really need to deliver a message, and there are 20% of the people out there that's listening, they really need this information so they can level up. But it's all about trusting your own intuition, your own inner voice, okay? So with anything we discuss, guys, always polarity, good side, not so good side, masculine, feminine energy, right? But we can always work on thyself, right? So as we lead in, I always give you the talking points, then we'll, and then give you my takeaways. I'm gonna get you guys out of here. So each letter that you see, we use the Pythagorean numerology system here, of the alphabet has a numerical value, and each number carries its own vibration. Okay, energies, qualities, and attributes, right? And these are some basics here. Okay, so the initials of your name can give you an indication, a clear indication of your personality traits and some of your secret gifts and talents within yourself. Okay, so we're gonna start, before we begin. As always, be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, and Earth is a school. Our purpose and mission require to learn a whole bunch of life lessons, right? To gain that experience and knowledge for our soul's growth. So it's never too late to rewrite your story. The past, present, and future is happening right now. So what are you intending to do with your life right now that can rewrite your past and plant some great seeds for yourself for your future? You're gonna pay now and play later. That's the name of the game. All right, but you're going to continue to work on yourself. Okay, there's no retirement. Okay, all right, it's a marathon. Your life is a marathon. All right, so we're gonna grow through this process together. Okay, but as you grow, especially learn those 7 hermetic principles and putting them things to use, because just with cause and effect alone, you're gonna see something. Okay, but you're gonna share your knowledge and wisdom with people and help them level up. Okay, it's all about each and every person going through their own growth and transformation and atonement process so they can reach their heart chakra. A lot of people are stuck in their root chakra, solar plexus, okay? But my purpose and intent with these presentations to lift people up instead of tearing them down, okay? I hope that makes sense so far. But it's all about trusting your own intuition, your own inner voice, and do your own research, okay? And by now, you know that your thoughts, belief, words, emotion, and action are always going to equal your reality and your results, not your job. So draw back all your energy and use it for your rise, okay? I hope that makes sense. Go back to my spiritual law of prosperity if you need help manifesting money, okay? Money, money is energy, frequency, and vibration. It's also a level of consciousness, okay? So people don't have financial, a good financial IQ. All right, they only know what they've been taught in school and what their parents taught them. Okay, so you see what I'm going. So it's a higher knowledge of information when it comes to capitalism and this money and how to circulate it. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But the biggest takeaway when it comes to money, okay, that I'm gonna tell you in advance, always pay yourself 10% first, no matter how big or small. If it's 10 cents, $1, $10, $100. So whatever you get in each time, make it a good habit and a routine to always pay yourself 10% first before you pay any bill or circulate your money out there, until it come back again. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So let's go ahead and dive right into it, okay? A quick review. And so, like, with all these letters and numbers, they all line up with different attributes and characteristics, okay? So each number itself is a whole language by itself, okay? I hope that makes sense. It's infinite. Each number is infinite. And also with the number 0, and pay attention to that number 0. So when you see a number 0 in your chart, don't disregard that. That's a highly spiritual number, and it's letting you know, like, always stay grounded and centered and focus on your higher self, and also on your spiritual aspect in your path, okay? That's where you're going to find all your knowledge when you tap into your inner self, your higher self, the God within. I hope that makes sense. So with that being said, let's talk about these number vibrations. As you can see with the Pythagorean chart here, 1 equals what? Manifestation. And also it leads into what? Pioneering, leading, 2, union. And then you got cooperation, right? 3, new growth, expression, verbalization, joy, art. And also big business. 4 is foundation, values, order, plan, organizations, goals, having some goals for yourself. 5 is strategy, and also learn lesson through a lot of experience. You're gonna get your elbows scraped up a little bit, number 5, but you're gonna get a lot of knowledge, okay? But be mindful of your energy. All right. Number 6 is all about love. Okay. That heart chakra, responsibility, nurturing, community, balance, sympathy. 7 is all about spiritual growth, analysis, understanding, overstanding, and knowledge of self. Okay. Really, knowing who you are and why you're here. Okay. 8 is all about what? Earn reward, abundance, practical endeavor, big business, learning how to circulate not just money, but energy in general, so you can manipulate the frequency within your reality, okay? And it'll also help you navigate within this matrix. All right, lastly, number 9, it's all about completion. This number is all about humanitarian, giving, selflessness, right? Obligation. These jokers lead by example. They've been around the block and then some. They got a t-shirt, got a book, and it's all about, hey, just showing people the way, okay? So let's lead on into it. We also have the life lesson, the vows in your name. I don't have any vows in this presentation, but before we proceed, I'll go ahead and go over it real quick. So, each of the vowels in your name gonna represent life lessons that are indicated, okay? So you got A is purification, E is relationships, I is awareness, O is innocent, and lastly, U is boundaries. So please be mindful of that, okay? So we have the 4 life vibration of your true self, and also a number 5. And a lot of people many people don't talk about this, but I want to discuss this. It's all about leaving no stone unturned, right? So your life is important, so you better investigate everything like I do. All right, so this your total letters or your name is going to give you your essence, your total divine vibe. Like what makes you tick underneath all the different layers, right? Like we have here. All right, so for the sake of training, we have John Fitzgerald Kennedy, 21 letters, right? And so before we reduce, like I say, hey, we're gonna break every number down. 2, 1 is what? Union, manifestation. It's all about relationship, partnership, staying balanced, being that mediator, right? Number 1 is all about leading, manifestations, right? And then these numbers gonna help you navigate, because many of you guys are seeing angel numbers, different synchronicities, right? So when you see these 111s, it's about manifestation. What are you thinking at that time? What are you doing? All right, do you need to correct some things in that present moment? So these numbers gonna really come in handy. All right, that's why I mentioned everything's interconnected. Okay, there's no separation. There's synchronistic events in every aspect of your life. Everything has a spiritual meaning behind it. Okay, I hope that makes sense so far. So, and then that leads to what? Going back, 2 + 1 is what? 3. 3 is what? New growth. And then it's also about expression, communication. All right, and then expansion, growth, right? Very artistic. All right, so let's go into it. These 4 vibrations. So we got soul vibration. These are the vows, your heart, right? The sum of the vows using all the names given at birth on your birth certificate. This is your inner, your secret self, who you truly are at your heart center, right? It's all about that heart chakra. So your vows, of course, is A, E, I, O, U, and Y, right? And for the sake of training here, we got John, you got O, that falls under what? 6, I, 9, right? You see where I'm going? With a sum total of what? 31. You see how these numbers starting to repeat themselves, right? So what is 31? We're going to break it down. New growth, manifestation. And then it leads to a 4. What? Foundation, right? You're going to start seeing these numbers continue to repeat themselves, right? Leading on in, personality vibration. All right, these are the consonants basically going to give you the image. The sum of all the consonants using all the names given at birth, the image you project out to the world, and really how others see you, out here in this universe, right? Your universe. So as you can see, J, H, let's line some things up. J is 1, H is what? 8, as you can see, with a sum total of what? 76. And what? Let's break it down. 7 is what? Spiritual growth. 6 is love, and also is letting you know what all about analysis, being very analytical, understanding awareness, responsibility, protection, community. It sounds like this person, right? And then that what leads to what? A 13. We talked about these numbers before already, manifestation and growth, which leads to 1 + 3 is what? 4. You see how these numbers start to repeat themselves? And 4 is all about foundation again. Okay, all right, leading on in, destiny vibration. These are all the letters, these are the sum of all the letters, vowels, and consonants of your whole name given at birth, so this basically gonna give you your composite self, your career, your purpose in this life, right? You can change your name and your life direction based on the name that you're going by. So be mindful, you guys having those nicknames out there, please do, line some things up, see what the vibration, dictates. So you may need to tweak it, okay? Or it may be good for you, but you may need to align your energies up with the vibration of that nickname or the name that you go by. I hope that makes sense so far, okay? So that may be one of the reasons why you coming up short, okay? And also knowledge of self, okay? All right, so with that being said, when we calculate all these letters, right, it comes out to be what? 107. Remember I mentioned about the zero. So the zero, it's all about tapping into that spiritual aspect, your path, your higher self, and really trusting your intuition. That way you're going to find all your answers. So it's going to also magnify the frequency of the numbers that's next to it. Okay, so keep in mind, but for the sake of training, we're going to keep it simple. So you got 1 and 7, manifestation, and what? Spiritual growth, which leads to 1 plus 7 equals what? 8. 8 is all about what? Earn wealth, and also leads into a couple attributes as practical endeavors, status, right? Power seeking, high material goals, and this sound like this individual, right? And so lastly, we got life lessons. What is this life lesson? This is your life path, ladies and gentlemen, okay? So if you don't know your life path, please remember this, okay? This is part of an aspect of you. This is your birthday. It's equal your fate or your life path. The sum of all the numbers using the birth date, right? So it's going to equal your faith or your life path. So you can master them and succeed, or you can be limited by them, and it's going to be a delay in your life game. It's up to you. It's your choice. So you may change, your name may change, but your fate or your date of birth doesn't. This is your arrival date. This is when you landed to the planet. You came into this realm to have this experience, right? And also it gives you your life path and what to expect on your hero's journey. I hope that makes sense. So for the sake of this presentation, we got what? May 29, 1917, 5. So we add all these up, right? It's going to equal what? 34. So let's break it down. New growth and foundation. We done been over these numbers before. They've been popping up, right? So anytime you see a number that continuously to pop up, put a circle around those and study, investigate for yourself. But I'm giving you some working outs to put in your toolbox here. So you got 3 and 4 foundation, new growth and foundation, which leads to what? 3 plus 4 is 7. And that's spiritual growth, right? And that also deals with what? Analytical understanding. We just talked about this, right? So, and this sounds just like this person, in and out, right? So what am I saying? Everything's connected. Take everything serious. So let's go ahead and give you my personal takeaways. I'm gonna get ready to get you guys out of here, okay? So when it comes to the letter P, it deals with what? P falls under what? P falls under number 7, and 7 deals with what? Spiritual growth, analysis, understanding, overstanding, right? Then also, some key takeaway comes to what? Power and spiritual matters. Be very be very curious about life. These individuals, they seek wisdom and knowledge. They have a deep desire to learn and have abilities that would assist them in being a great teacher at any field. Okay, and also they use a natural sense to gain a deeper knowledge of them, into the unseen and the metaphysical and the spiritual realms. And that's why, you great at what you do for a reason, number 7, if you have that P vibration. And they are strong. They have strong psychic abilities and tendencies, and natural healers, at their core essence, and with a core of an inner strength as well. They often keep themselves, keep to themselves and can be quite introspective, and people can shut themselves off and make you feel as though they are not remotely interested in what you're doing or saying at the moment, but they are observing. They don't miss a trick. I promise you that. But on the flip side, guys, when it comes to the P vibration, they can be a bit selfish and flaky at times, okay? All right, everybody have their moments. All right, Q lines up with what? 8, right? You see it over here. Now 8 is all about what? That wealth. Let's line things up. It's all about earning wealth, right? Practical endeavors, status, right? Power seeking, right? And then it's originality, wealth, stability. And the initial Q symbolizes the genius and the unknowable, right? And may try to be all things to all people, and needs to really learn to delegate to others. You don't have to do all the work, okay? You have the knowledge, so it's okay to teach people the knowledge so they can help themselves, and that way they can help empower other people. I hope that makes sense, number 8. All right, you great at what you do for a reason. This is a great deal of will, courage, and integrity, and trustworthiness, and stability with this vibration. So their main goal is to work for the cause of bettering humanity. That's what you're here to do, number 8. And the community and the nation and the planet. You guys are the change agent, each and every one of you. You guys are philosophical nature, and there is a desire to know about life and its purpose, in and out. Q is the natural doer, and there is a strong driving force that persists in this goal for this individual. So the intensity in which they work can seem overwhelming to others, because these guys have a lot on their plate, but it's easy for them because they have a plan, they have structure, and they also know when to walk, kind of take a break, okay, so they don't overwork themselves. But I'm just here to remind you that slow down to look at the real value of those near and dear to you, such as your family and the people that really care about you, as you grow through your own transformation and atonement process. Because I carry this 8 vibration, and you can get like that at times, okay? So on the flip side, negatively, with the Q, as their initial, can be a little bit self-absorbed because you are so consumed with, really knowing who you are, circling this energy, no matter what shape or form that is in, money, or, just love, okay, or just knowledge, period. Knowledge is energy, okay? So as we get ready to close, guys, we have letter R. And so when it comes to R, it lines up with what? Number 9 over here. And 9 deals with what? Completion. Been there, done that, right? Humanitarian, giving, selfishness, obligation. And so when it comes to number 9, often act as the diplomat throughout their lives, right? They've been there, done that. R's have wisdom, intuition, high idealism. Now the warmth of feeling, the love of home, family, and friends are loving, compassionate, and supportive healers and educators. They, acting always for the benefit of others, because they gonna speak up for what's right. And they're not going to let you get duped out here by people trying to run a game, okay, with the 48 laws of power. Please read that. All right. By practicing, these individuals, by practicing humility, our individual can turn passion into compassion for the benefit of all. So don't allow themselves to become doormats, okay? Remember that, number 9. All right. And on the flip side, negatively, people with the R initial can, tend to become short-tempered, intense, and a little stressed from other people's problems. That's what the OPP stand for, okay? So, guys, this has been my takeaway when it comes to, your name numerology and what your initial mean, letters P through R. We'll be back with the letters S through U. And remember, numbers are the highest degree of knowledge. It is knowledge itself. And this has been what the initials of your first name and your name in general and your birthday means in numerology. So I gave you quite a bit in this presentation, okay? But it's all about helping you to remember. I'm here to help you remember who you are, so you can get back on your square and get busy with it, okay? All right, guys. But be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you, okay? We're going to keep it coming with our next presentation. We're going to finish this thing out, all right? And, as always, our purpose and mission require learning a whole bunch of life lessons, because we know Earth is a school to gain that experience and knowledge for our souls grow. And it's never too late to rewrite your story. We all been lied to. Our parents and our grandparents, these institutions, nobody questioned the official story, but you did. So that's what led you to this presentation today, okay? Congratulations. You should pat yourself on the back. I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. Keep doing it. Keep going. Don't stop. All right? But as you grow, share your knowledge and wisdom with people. Don't leave them stuck on level 2 when you're on level 55 and you up there balling out, okay? Don't do that, okay? It's lonely at the top if you do it that way. All right? So help people, pull people up, okay? But as you grow, you're going to, trust your own intuition, your own inner voice, your own energy. And you know by now that your thoughts, beliefs, words, emotions, and action are always going to equal your reality and your results. Always pay yourself first 10%, 808. This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. Until next time, stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.